Hello and welcome to Newsroom Series. Today, I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you so much for joining us. This is where we bring you news from across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. And today, we have a focus of the Southwest region. Welcome. However, we begin with terrorism, where a court in Finland has sentenced Simon Ekpa, pro-Biafra agitator, to 6 years in prison for terrorism offenses. In a ruling delivered today, the court found Ekpa guilty of inciting terrorism and participating in the activities of a terrorist group, using his significant social media following to stoke tension in Nigeria's southeast region between August 2021 and November 2024. In a unanimous ruling by the district court there, the 3-member panel of judges also stated that Ekpa had supplied certain groups with weapons, explosives, and ammunition, in their words, through his network of contacts in the region, and was also found to have encouraged his followers on social media to commit crimes in Nigeria. The court also convicted Ekpa of aggravated tax fraud and violating the provisions of the Attorneys Act. Meanwhile, Nigeria's Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, on his X handle, welcomed the news of Simon Ekpa's conviction by the Finland court for terrorism-related crimes and his sentencing to 6 years in prison. He described it as a major victory for the people of Nigeria in the collective fight against terror. Now to Newsroom Series proper, the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has charged chairmen of the 20 local government and 37 local council development areas in the state to deliver on their mandates and provide dividends of democracy at the grassroots level. The Speaker gave the charge at a summit with local government and LCDA chairmen, vice chairmen, council leaders, and majority leaders held at the Lateef Jakonde Auditorium, Lagos Assembly Complex.
The Lagos State House of Assembly is hosting a leadership summit for the new local government chairman and local council development areas chairman, as well as the council leaders across the metropolis. This is the first meeting with the leadership of the State House of Assembly about 5 weeks after their inauguration, to educate them on the role they need to play in delivering good governance to the people.
Inviting you is very important, very, very important to us and to you. We have discovered that in the past, that most of us do not actually understand our constitutional responsibility. And due to that, ignorantly, we have violated so many things. But how do we cope, or how do we stop this? Is by having this interaction.
The Speaker says the State Assembly has enacted key laws to strengthen local government administration and gives assurance of working closely with them for the benefit of all citizens.
The House is open and ready to work with the local governments. We strongly believe we are one. We are all members of the same word, family. We are all members of the same word, family. And that is why we must work together.
The chairman of the conference, 57, and the Bejuleki local government area, pledges cooperation on their part to deepen grassroots development.
We have learned a lot from the various experiences you've shared with us. We know quite well that governance is not a tea party, and it requires a lot of hard work, a lot of learning, unlearning, and relearning. And of course, we're prepared to learn, we're prepared to unlearn, and we're prepared to relearn. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much, sir. We want to assure you, Mr. Speaker, that We are ready to work. We are ready to work very well to move Lagos forward and to move our party forward.
Others also speak on their plans for the community and their support for the president.
The most important thing is that we must all support our president, our governor, at our grassroots level to make everything they are doing at the top work very well.
The Lagos State House of Assembly encourages the local government and LCDA chairman to carry out meaningful initiatives that will reduce poverty in the land, and subsequently organize seminars for councillors and chairmen to broaden their understanding of governance.
Lecturers at the Ondo State-owned Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko, have embarked on strike over non-payment of their salaries by government. The lecturers, under the umbrella body of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko branch, have directed their members to withdraw their services from all academic activities over the unpaid salaries. In a communique made available to journalists by the chairman, ASU, AAUA, Dr. Buluwaji Oshodi, and the secretary, Olusegun Taiwo, the union says the decision was reached by its Congress held on Thursday, August 21st, 2025. The lecturers noted that the strike became inevitable after repeated appeals to the university authorities and the Ondo State government to offset the backlog of salaries and arrears failed to yield results. The statement noted by this memo, in their words, our members have been directed to withdraw their services from all academic activities in the university until all outstanding salaries and arrears are paid. The ASU members assured all stakeholders of its commitment to the overall development of the university, but mandated and maintained that the welfare of its members could no longer be neglected. Now, banana plantain production in Nigeria faces major risks. Why? Because without proper certification systems, according to the National Horticultural Research Institute, to tackle the challenge, the Institute, in partnership with the Annual Agricultural Seed Council, holds a one-day workshop in Ibadan to make farmers aware, as well as seed producers and other concerned parties, of the importance to certify and to get certified pest-free and disease-resistant seedlings.
That we will step it down and then we'll move on.
Banana and plantain are major fruit crops that play vital roles in nutrition and in the economic growth of Nigeria's agricultural sector. Banana is rich in potassium, fiber, vitamins B, 6 and C, magnesium and carbohydrates. It remains one of the country's most important fruit crops, serving as both staple food and a major source of income for smallholder farmers and large-scale producers. But production is now under serious threat from pests and diseases. This leads to low yields, poor fruit quality and reduced farmer income.
Decline that. We will step it down.
To address this challenge, the National Horticultural Research Institute, in partnership with key stakeholders in the banana value chain, brings experts together to build capacity and strengthen collaborations for safe and sustainable banana production.
This is an opportunity for us to get it right this time. Just look at it. In the time past, for the past 30, 40 years, let's assume, we have been doing banana, we have been doing plantain, and we don't have a structured system. I think it's not the time to say it. If we have a structured system, Nigeria can compete globally in the productivity and production of banana plantain all over the world. We have the land, we have the resources, we have the climate, we have the people, we have the internet. Just like the president said in Brazil, then what are we waiting for?
The executive director of NIHORT explains that this engagement is critical to improve farmers' access to research findings, such as high-yielding banana suckers and other fruit crops under the Institute's mandate.
The farmers that will be producing seed, the seed entrepreneurs for banana seeds, they are going to actually do the seed business for banana seed production. And the seed we talk about is the sucker. That is the layman language, is the sucker, but that is the propagating part, which is the seed. So the Prosiva, this workshop is targeting farmers that will actually go into seed entrepreneurship for banana.
The discussion also highlights the need for stronger seed certification systems to ensure clean, pest-free and disease-free planting materials.
Without certification, you can't have international trade. International trade will not recognize your own product. Because of that, the traceability that we are introducing into the system is what they are looking for.
Farmers at the workshop agree the initiative is vital for healthy and profitable banana and plantain production across the country.
As I speak myself, I've seen a lot of benefits as long as having all this knowledge from conference like this.
Participants learn about banana seed certification, seed multiplication techniques, and good agricultural practices. They also receive training on disease identification, management, and the proper handling of mother gardens.
From agriculture to education, to promote discipline, improve teaching and learning, secondary school teachers in Ogun State are receiving training on mindfulness in the classroom. The training, jointly organized by the Ogun State government and Kent State University, USA, is in partnership with the Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools, focusing on teacher mindfulness.
The training was about teacher mindfulness. I think that oftentimes teachers don't take time for themselves or for students to be truly present in the classroom. And thus, teacher mindfulness is a way, or rather mindfulness is a way to develop creativity, calmness, and innovative teaching opportunities in the classroom through teacher mindfulness and student mindfulness. One benefit is helping students to perform better in learning outcomes. For example, typically when a student receives a stimulus, like a test, they immediately go to the test. But if you were to implement mindfulness, they receive the test, they take a moment to breathe deeply, and then do the test. And it is scientifically backed that it works. It improves student learning outcomes. And it improves the classroom environment as well.
Now, the Ondo State Police Command have arrested 100 suspected criminals in recent weeks across different parts of the state. Briefing journalists at the command headquarters in Akure, the Commissioner of Police there, Adebowale Lawal, says the suspects face charges ranging from armed robbery, cultism, kidnapping, fraud, theft, and vandalism.
Operatives of the Tactical Intelligence Response Squad cracked the chilling case of armed robbery and murder in Ondo town. A young motorcyclist, Nwike Saba, 25 years old, was brutally killed and his motorcycle snatched. Swift police action led to the arrest of 3 suspects: Adeife Adewumi, Matthew Johnson, and Disu Sunday, who all confessed to the crime. SBs were recovered, 2 court-to-side barrel guns, 1 live cartridge, and 1 expanded cartridge. Further investigation exposed their arms supplier, one Chief Kobona, 87 years old, from whom 10 live cartridges were recovered. This development highlights the command's resolve to not only arrest perpetrators, but also dismantle their supply chain. Arrest of suspected cultists in Owo. On the 27th of August 2025, operatives of D Division Owo moved against notorious cultists terrorizing the Shuada community. 2 members of the dreaded Ayikon fraternity, Adams Precious and Kayode Alana, were arrested. They have since been transferred to anti-cultism section for district investigation, bringing relief to residents of the troubled area.
Southwest region, the focus, but we have 2 party crashes, the North Central, the Northwest. First, the FCT, and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has commented on the results of the just concluded Rivers State local government elections. Of course, that's in the South-South, saying that the margin between the APC and the PDP in the state shows that the people are losing faith in the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, in his words. Now, during a media chat, the FCT minister attributed the win in his local government to what he describes as faith people have in him. He also reacted to the statement by the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and 2023 Labour presidential aspirant, Mr. Peter Obi, both of whom condemned the process of the election.
This is a local election. You know that the turnout will be more. Councillorship is like community or family affairs. People come out. People even take councillorship more serious than you talk about governorship and no, because it has to do with family or communities. So I don't know what your worry is. Is your worry that it is illegal, or your worry is that you don't believe that this number of people done that?
Worry is how you are able to do it. PDP and APC.
Excuse me.
Because like I pointed out earlier,
chairman,
those who won in APC are your boys. They are all your boys.
Can I tell you, I was chairman of that local government. The record was very clear. Nobody had had 2 terms in that local government, but I broke that history. I was governor of that area. You can't take my record that there was nothing. No, you cannot. As I speak here, I can tell you if election is conducted today, presidential election, governorship election, I can tell you how each local government will fare. I can tell you authoritatively. I can tell you where we may have problems.
And now in the North Central, residents of Karatudu community of Chicken local government area in Kaduna State in the Northwest are asking for full investigation into the death of an elderly man and a boy whom the residents said died in their homes as a result of electrocution, which they attribute to high voltage of electricity supply at the time when it happened. Residents say the fire, which resulted from the power surge, was linked to a fault in the distribution line of Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company, feeder, that happened to affect the transformer supplying the Karatudun new extension.
It was a black day for residents of Chikun Street in Karatudu community, Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, following a power surge that took the lives of members of the community, also damaged several households. According to residents, the high voltage burned some electric cables, buildings, and destroyed many electronics.
At around 9:05, NEPA brought lights. Before you know it, we heard a very loud sound, very frightening. I've never heard that kind of sound of a blowing of a transformer before. We rushed out, and the transformer looked like it was 10 times bonfire that was on top of it.
My husband rushed to go and know what was going. It was carry water, trying to save, because all of our children, they were alive. We poured the water, the thing pulled my husband down. He was dying there. It's the result of shouting Jesus that pulled, I don't know how the miracle happened, pulled the man out of that instant.
Unfortunately, a 69-year-old man, Johnson Ate, and a 16-year-old boy, Joshua Kolawole, paid the supreme price in the incident. While Ate was electrocuted in his kitchen trying to switch off a refrigerator, the little boy died as he tried to plug his phone to the electricity source.
She was sitting down with the children inside. So the boy just finished eating according to her. So he asked him to go and bath because he has just coming back from work. So the next thing is just here, bah! I think the way the lights come is because it was immediately. So he was just shouting the boy name, Joshua, Joshua, come outside. But him, she and her other brothers, they have run outside. Before they carry the boys out, the boys have scattered his bone, everything.
The fridge on top met. That means the fire, the extension is very, very high. I blame NEPA. Is the one killing my husband. But my husband dey heady.
The residents of Karatudu are still in shock and grieving over the loss of lives and property due to the power surge. A relative of the late Johnson Ate blames Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company for negligence, demanding compensation from the company.
We are about to petition the government to intervene on our behalf, and we are assumed to take legal action.
In a swift reaction, the management of Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company absolves itself of any fault in the incident, insisting that the power surge was caused by lightning. A statement from the company's head of corporate communication, Mr. Abdulaziz Abdullahi, reads, quote, "Our preliminary investigation thus far has revealed that the incident occurred when lightning struck the transformer providing power to the community. As a result, houses with defective heating and electrical works were affected. The transformer was in good condition and not faulty as is widely claimed. We wish to use this opportunity to reiterate to our customers that it is important for customers to ensure they engage certified electrical contractors for their wiring and earthing works on their property to avoid damage due to power surge." End of quote. Nevertheless, residents are calling for an independent investigation to unravel the cause of the incident.
Sympathize with those that lost their lives in that very tragic incident, the man and the child, and investigations ought to continue until it comes to a definite conclusion by all the authorities concerned. And that's where we leave it on Newsroom Series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.